Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Last video I presented all the books that I read in 2025, and in this video I'm going to present all the books that I'm planning to read in 2026. So I have a total of 15 books that I'm planning to read this year. It could go more, it could go less, but I want to read at least 15. That is one of my New Year's resolutions. So, starting with the first book. I believe I presented in the last video, Reformed Systematic Theology Volume 1. So I plan on reading Volume 2. I believe you can see that right. Yeah, you can see that right there. Volume 2. I've already started. I'm about 300 pages in, as well as Volumes 3 and 4. So these 3 books I need to get done. Yeah, that'll be the end of my first systematic theology. I'm really enjoying it so far. Volume 1 was great. Volume 2 was really great as well. I'm very specifically looking forward to Volume 3, where you get into things like justification. But so far I love the series, and I hope to finish this systematic theology by this year, if the Lord wills. The next book that I'm planning to read is Classic Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. I have this book in English and Korean, so I'll probably read the English version first and then the Korean version. This is something that I've been meaning to read for a long time now. So hopefully I'll get this done by this year. I've heard it's a great book on Christian apologetics and just like the case for Christianity type of book. And obviously a very popular book as well, so I'm very looking forward to reading this book as well. Another banger that I've heard that I've been meaning to read is 두려움과 떨림, or I believe in English, Fear and Trembling by Mr. Kierkegaard, Soren Kierkegaard. Kind of, I guess it counts as a theology book, it's more philosophical. But yeah, my professor recommended it to me, and so, why not? I heard it's a really popular book as well, so looking forward to reading it. I know kind of a synopsis about it. It's about Abraham and Isaac and kind of that story relating to morality. So looking forward to that book as well. A book that I've read partially, but not completely, is Augustine's Confessions. I have both the English and the Korean version here. As you can see, I've read a little bit of it, but I got bogged down with other stuff. So yeah, Augustine's Confessions. I have the paperback version from Penguin here. I heard a lot of praise from this book. Some people, it's their favorite book, so highly looking forward to this. Augustine, one of my favorite theologians, so hopefully we'll get these 2 done quickly and learn a lot from them as well, both in Korean and in English. I believe one of the last theology books that I have in paper or like a physical copy, Seventh-day Adventists Believe. This is the old version, the 27 biblical exposition of the 27 fundamental beliefs. This is just so I can get a better grasp of Seventh-day Adventist theology. No, I also have the 28 fundamental beliefs, but I don't have that in paper. So hopefully when I get that, I'll read that as well. So I'll add that up to this one as well. So I'll put this one and then I'll put the 28 right there. So yeah, this book, hopefully to study it, so that people don't accuse me of lying on the SDA Church, and see what they really believe, so I can critique their official beliefs. So definitely this book. Moving on to a different kind of genre. 가장 예쁜 생각을 너에게 주고 싶다 by 나태주. This is a poetry book. As you can see if you can see that right there. Yeah, I think you can see that. It's just like poems and stuff. So it should be not that difficult to read. I think that the most difficult part will be understanding the poetry, the poetic language, especially in Korean, which I'm not read at all in Korean poetry, so that'll definitely be interesting. Also, a book that I have been trying to read, but I just haven't had the time, or not have the time, but I've just been getting distracted, is 꾸빼씨의 우정 여행. Like Coupe, I forget what it is in English, but translated to be Coupe's Friendship Trip. Yeah, by Francois Relore. I don't know who that is, but yeah, my friend gave this to me. I've read a couple of pages. I have one highlighted in there so far. I've read a couple of pages. Again, pretty like elementary read, so it's not that difficult, but why not get into some fiction as well? The reason why I'm kind of, basically every book has been all theology and then poetry is because I do want to kind of expand my horizons. I've been reading a lot of nonfiction, a lot of theology. So, it's good to not just keep my mind in one kind of like attitude in one theme of just theology. It's good to also explore, you know, poetry. It'll help my Korean learn how to help me to learn how to speak beautifully or speak poetically. And in the same note, the next book, 꽃을 보듯 너를 본다. I think like I see you how I see a flower. I think that's how you would translate that, by Nateju as well. So both of these from Nateju. This one has been recommended to me for a while. And yeah, that's like super short. Come on, like I can read this to you. This poem is called 좋다, meaning good. 좋아요. 좋다고 하니까 나도 좋다. Like very, very small, short poems. I'll probably memorize a couple of them just so I can spit game. But yeah, definitely looking forward to those as well. Looking forward to reading those on a nice, warm, or nice like 72-degree like March morning in Seoul, maybe at a park. So definitely, while sipping an Americano, definitely looking forward to doing that. Okay, so now moving on to books that I don't have, but I'm planning on reading. Meaning I don't have them at the moment, but I will have them soon. And I have them on my list right here, just outside. I'm looking over here. Number 1, On the Incarnation by St. Athanasius. I've been hearing that I need to read this book by so many people, so definitely get into that. I've also heard it's a very, very important theological work of the early church and of just Christianity in general. So, On the Incarnation. Secondly, The White Lie by Walter Ray. It's kind of like an Ellen G. White polemic book, especially on her, kind of dealing with her like plagiarism. So definitely need to read that. Very important for me to read that. Ellen G. White work, well, not really one of her works, but more of a compilation work, Christ in His Sanctuary, a little book on heresy. So it's definitely important for me to read that to get a fuller understanding of like the investigative judgment or the sanctuary doctrine, I guess. So definitely, it's not that long either. I'll put the pictures right here. Another thing I'm looking forward to reading is the Apostolic Fathers. So why the Apostolic Fathers is just, I think, especially as somebody who wants to be more read in theology, like you have to read the Apostolic Fathers. I think there's definitely a lot of, I've read some up, like I've read like Ignatius' Letters to the Magnesians, and that was really, really nice, like a really, really interesting text. So, and there's not that much work from the Apostolic Fathers. So I can read the entire Apostolic Fathers, like in one book. So why not? And I could have that in my armory whenever I need to use it. Looking forward to reading St. Athanasius and Cyprian's, or is it Cyprian's? Clement's works. So definitely that. And then I'll probably look at them, or at least On the Incarnation in Greek. And if I can find it in Greek, I'll try to read it in Greek to try to improve my Greek as well. All right, the last two is a book that I've been looking forward to, is Paul and the Law, Keeping the Commandments of God. This is a New Studies in Biblical Theology book of the same series as the Who Shall Ascend the Mount of the Lord. Again, I have this as a recommendation. Not sure what to expect, but I love Paul. I love the law. I love learning about covenant theology and how the law works generally. So definitely looking forward to reading that. And lastly, a book that I've been trying to read, but it's just so long. And this is one of my books from university. Let me bring it. 4 Portraits of Jesus, or 4 Portraits, 1 Jesus. Yeah. A Survey of Jesus and the Logos by Michael L. Strauss. I have some tabs in here, but I have not finished it yet. This is kind of like a walkthrough of the differences between the Gospels. Kind of like a more critical view of the Bible. I have some annotations here. So you can learn about like the canonicity of the Gospels and how they were compiled through this book. Definitely looking forward to reading this. So I believe in total it's like 17 books. I have 15 right now, but it's maybe 17 books. So yeah, that'll be my goal, one of my resolutions for this year, to read all these books. Hopefully I can read more. And if I do, I will definitely inform y'all what I'm reading, because I'm a big reader. I love reading, but it's not easy. It takes a while. So definitely the first thing I'm going to do is finish Volume 2, Reformed Systematic Theology. And as I'm getting through these books, I'll definitely be giving thoughts on what I learned and how I feel about them. And obviously the Bible, because I read the Bible every single year. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this year. If you have any books that you recommend to me, please leave them in the comment section. And yeah, thank you. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you.